out there? Tim Connolly back at you with a new video today. We are going to learn how to do the buzz roll, otherwise known as the press roll, otherwise known as the closed roll. Prefer stick control and Joe Morello for exercises directly linked to this. Today I'm just going to give you just a brief understanding of how to develop this roll. It's one of those rolls where it can sound amazing or it can sound not so great. And the reason usually it sounds not so great is just because the drummer has not yet developed the touch for this roll, and they're choking the roll out, or they're not getting the sticks to vibrate and bounce as much as they should. Now, when I say bounce, I'm not talking about an open roll. Open roll is when the sticks are openly bouncing. There is no buzz. So those are all bounces. The double stroke roll can lead to the buzz roll, and often does, but okay? So the open roll and the closed roll, two different things. The closed roll is, as you can see, much tighter to the drum. So how do we develop that? Well, one of the things is you have to be able to get the sticks to bounce. But the bouncing is achieved by not using your fingers, which is what I always talk about in open rolls, singles, doubles, paradiddles, etc., that you're constantly using the fingers in the Billy Gladstone technique. You're using a bounce, the free stroke technique. Check my other videos out for lessons on all that stuff. But for this, we're using more of a push, just holding the sticks like this and pushing. These fingers aren't really doing a heck of a lot. Now, I have seen other drummers where they do still grip the sticks and there's a very slight finger motion. I didn't learn it that way. I learned this originally from a drummer, local drummer not too far from me that I studied with for many years. Fantastic jazz drummer. His name's Kevin Dempsey. I learned this originally from him, and then I really developed it to a much higher level studying with Dom Famularo and a few other individuals as well that I took lessons with. I've had many drum teachers over the years of teaching drums and playing drums and whatever. And some of the exercises that I learned for developing is this exercise where you throw it down, let the sticks bounce, don't choke the stick. Let the stick vibrate against the head. Now you can really let it bounce like this, or you can do much tighter bounces like this. Now what happens is, as those series of vibration strokes get smaller, or closer together, then the speed starts to develop. So we'll start slow and build it up. Now you'll notice also that once, let the first bounce or the last bounce of the first stick finish before you start your next, but they're tight together. So as soon as this one is done, the next one starts. Let that finish, let them start. Don't pause. Pause, pause, don't do that. Make sure that you drop, as soon as it's done, the next one starts. Okay, now, you can do it, I'm doing it from this part of the drum. You can also do it from the outer edge. You can do the Buddy Rich whipped cream version of this, which is called the whipped cream roll, that I learned from Louis Belson when I went to a Louis Belson drum clinic, and then I attended a master class after the clinic. And what Buddy would do is, of course I'm nowhere near as good as Buddy, but what he would do is he would do this motion as if he's whipping up cream in a bowl, baking cookies or something. Well, that sounds great. I now you can do these swells. Those swells are caused from two reasons. One is moving from the outer head closer to the drum, or the center of the drum, I should say. And the other thing is, of course, I'm pushing harder or pushing lighter, depending on what I want. So I can push super hard or super light, depending on. There's very light. Very hard. So you can get a real dynamic range on this drum based on how much pressure you put in those buzzes and also where on the drum you do it. Is it can be confusing to keep count of this. So if you think of it in terms of 30-second notes, I guess, you're creating this buzz and it's like 8 doubles in the sense of if you're thinking of an open stroke roll, but of course this is 8 doubles condensed into a press roll. That's a 4-bar buzz roll or press roll. So anyways, that is the buzz roll for today, at least my interpretation of it. Press roll, close roll, whatever you want to call it. And check out some of my other videos on the molar stroke, the German grip, the French grip, the American grip, the free stroke, the exercise for the free stroke, etc., etc. Plus my reaction, Drum Teacher Reacts videos. They're a lot of fun. Thank you very much for being with me here today, and I'll talk to you soon. Keep drumming.